Well, not fire service necessarily, but fire at a place not far from the fire service office. That happened in Madina yesterday. But we also talk about local development. There's a new government, there's a new president, regional ministers, and new district chief executives and municipal as well as metropolitan chief executives. So my guest tonight is President Muhammad's representative in the Nkwantanang-Madina municipality, the municipal chief executive Alhaji Ibrahim Fuseini. You're welcome to Prime Lanza.
Fine, thank you, my brother, and good evening to all your cherished.
Good evening to you,
viewers.
And congratulations to you.
Congratulations to all of us, my brother.
Was it an easy thing to become MCE? Did you have to go through World War I, World War II, or it was one touch?
Yeah, something like that, but it was one touch, though.
Okay.
But I think the ups and downs will definitely play. So it's like we are touched to the ground, and in fact, I was able to not I was, because it is a full executive of the party that we have in place, headed by my own good self. So I'm the current chairman of the Madina constituency, and the current MCE for Nkwantanang-Madina Municipal Assembly. So it wasn't easy to be able to win the whole of the 15th electoral area, because I set myself as a target. When I was the previous assembly member, you remember those days, and I always set a certain block for myself, that in as much as I decided to be in politics, like the socialists will always say, you should be part and parcel of the people or the local people. So that is what I choose to be. And I advised all my constituency executives at that time, that's 2 years ago, that this assembly election, we have one of our own brother, Alhaji Muhammad, may his soul rest in peace. He brought the policy of Agenda 00. And inshallah, we were able to go further to win better for Madina and first of its kind in Madina municipality. What
was your electoral area, and what were some of the key development agenda and policies that you executed as an assembly member?
Well, as an assembly member, I always try to go the extra mile.
What was the name of your electoral area?
Nkwantanang electoral area, formerly known as Tacho electoral area. But currently it has been divided into two. So I was serving both, yes, as an assembly member. So it wasn't an easy task, but I was able to lobby my way through, get more developments like the bridges of Babayara. I lobbied for it to come on board, like other bridges within the Nkwantanang. I lobbied a donor community who also came in to support me.
You were assembly member for how long?
For 8 years.
So you did 2 terms?
2 terms, yeah. And I was a unit committee from 2000 to 2006.
So you've always been in the local assembly?
Oh, yes, local assembly.
So you did unit committee?
Yes.
Then you came to do assembly? Did you do presiding member?
I did presiding member too.
For how
2
long?
terms.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I did.
All in Nkwantanang?
All in Nkwantanang.
For those who don't know, where is Nkwantanang-Madina?
Nkwantanang-Madina is located at the far end of the Greater Accra, covering the boundary between Nkwantanang-Madina, also shares the same boundary with Ebri, that's the eastern region. And then we share a common northeast boundary with Ponka Tabanso, Adenta. The other side is the no, Domi Kwabinya. Domi Kwabinya. And then the so other side, as the western side, is also Ayawaso West Wogon. Yeah.
What are the major towns in your municipality?
We have a major towns like the Nkwantanang itself. Is one of the primitive or the old villages that we have in Madina. That is where the Madina name itself emanated from. It came from Nkwantanang-Madina, and then now it is called Madina.
Places like
Oyarifa is part of it. Ayimensa is part of it. Ghana flag is part of it. You go to the other side too. We have the Hacho, where you have the Wisconsin University.
Okay.
They are all part of it. When you come down to UPSA, we share boundary with West Wagon, municipality. They also shared a common boundary with us. And
but you don't come all the way to the motorway, do you?
No, we don't. We share a boundary with Adenta. So Adenta goes to the motorway, and then we end with Adenta.
So Madina is your major town.
Madina is the major town.
And then Bochwe would be Adenta.
Yeah, part of Bochwe, that's up to the third gate, forms the line of Madina.
And the area they call Ogbojo.
Ogbojo is part of Ogbojo falls under Nkwantanang-Madina Municipal Assembly. And then part on the left side also falls in Adenta.
So you are an urban municipality, but you also have a lot of rural areas. Because if you look at if you're going to Ebri on the left, they are not rural, but the development is now catching up there.
Verily.
So what are the key things that worry the people of your municipality?
Well, thank you very much. One has to do with the pedestrian movements that crosses Zongo community and Madina itself. That is the main central business districts. I was just even discussing it with one of your colleagues here. It has been one of the serious areas that I'm trying to find a lasting solution. Because as a local government practitioner, it should be in my dictionary or as one of my policies to be able to come up with something that will clear that kind of problem that we are facing. Because the pedestrian movement bridge is there, but people refuse to use the bridges, but rather choose to cross the main road.
When Henry Korte was Greater Accra Regional Minister and he's introduced that policy of Accra working again, I remember driving through Zongo Junction and I couldn't believe it was. There were soldiers standing there and people were using the footbridges and the traffic was flowing. But I used your place just on Friday and you have to wait in a long queue for people to cross. What can you do? Because we've seen the solution, there's a blueprint. Would you go back to what Henry Korte did?
I will definitely go back to that, but with a certain remodification of the system.
Explain that.
One has to do with green gassing that particular median of the roads. Two, to ensure that we have, if not 24/7 security, both the military, the police, and sometimes the fire service give us a helping hand to also get the work done. So when we put them in station, and then the traffic is also moving, the cars, normally the police use a certain strategy by ensuring that the cars take the right movement without allowing the pedestrians to cross. Therefore, you'll be compelled by force to go and use the bridge, because the bridge is just next to you, less than 10 meters away. So I don't see the reason why we are not making good impact of the bridges, but rather choose to walk or cross the main road, which always cause an accident. You realize that we even have lorry stations by the road or by the shoulders of the road, which I'm also working effectively to get those things cleared.
Which is actually what I'm going to talk. So as soon as you cross the traffic light, on the right, the truck driver have turned that place into a station. It's a bus stop, but they've turned it into a station too. And that's also part of the problems. Because the light may be green, but you cannot cross. So you know that.
I know that.
And also the road that goes through the market area, if you're going to the right, that also, the grill lock is too much. What would you do about those?
It is one of the strategies. You know, the main locked up happens within the Zongo Junction, the main cross or the Plus Junction. If we are able to get this pedestrian movement redirected or diverted to the main bridge, I believe that we will be able to resolve this particular traffic congestion. Two, has to do with the main road itself going to the police station. Just last week, and even 3 weeks ago, my men out there, including my own good self, we went out there to ensure that, yes, we are clearing the roads. But you see, there is this perception about we, the mayors or the practitioners when it comes to local government of NDC, that we are anti-traders, we are anti-hawkers. It is not that. I've been here at least one way or the other. I've been able to lecture partly in local governance. So at least I should have that consultative discussion with my people. And when going down or deep down with them, you realize that we are lacking what we call the local education. Recently, when we applied the local education, Omaro, You'll be surprised to notice that even the third week that we came on street to decongest the area, the hawkers themselves, the traders, moved their belongings, moved their waste aside the roads. So now they are only mounting on the gutters, which I told them it is not the accurate thing to do. Go beyond the shoulders of the gutters. If you are that, I don't think I will have a problem with you.
The footbridges have also been turned into markets.
Yes.
I see a lot of business happening on top of the footbridges.
You're right.
Which then makes crossing using that a difficulty. How would you deal with that market on top of the footbridges?
As we speak today, Omaru, I can confirm to you that the footbridges have been cleared for the past 2 weeks.
There's no market on it.
There's no market.
So I can't go and buy things on top of the footbridge.
Not at all.
Yeah, sure, I'll go and check.
Not at all. You can do that. Even this night, normally, they trade up to 11, 12 o'clock, midnight. Well, Madina is a business hub. Madina has come to stay with the commercial activities. That is the reason why I'm doing everything possible to commercialize the areas that we think it should be a business hub. Therefore, recently there is a little fire outbreak that happened. I mean, for 1-2 many times.
We'll talk about fire.
Yes.
But I want to also talk about
I'm
filth.
trying to tag that to
I'll let you talk about fire.
That's okay.
The filth
Yes.
at Zongo Junction, especially if you go through the market area.
Yes.
Is it the case that you don't have a sanitation service provider? Is that why?
We do have.
So why is the
but
place filth?
I can assure you that from last month to date, you wouldn't pass there and see any filth over there.
You're sure?
Yes. Reason being that myself, coming to the office by 7:30, I make sure that I use the main road to look left and right. So I'll come from Madina, use the Reese Junction Road, turn again to Atomic Junction by viewing both the left and right roads to take the roundabout at the Atomic Junction. Come the same thing to Zongo Junction and then look both sides of the road. I realize that when our visibility is much on that particular roads, even the hawkers or the traders who normally dump there, and you'll be surprised to notice that people even come from their homes to dump over there. So we also give them some small containers that you put in here. If it's full, don't put it again. The cars will come early morning. The cars are there to convey all the filth to the dumping site. But if you don't do that and you decide to come on the street to dump your waste, we will not allow you to do that.
Is Ahacho or Atomic Junction, the runabout, is it under your jurisdiction?
Yes, it's part of us.
There's also a bottleneck there, partly because of movement around the runabout towards Hacho, and also the fact that there are potholes in the middle of that roundabout. You have drip machines. Can't you fix that?
Yeah, we have drip machines, of course, I believe that, but we have limits with the drip machines. What we can do, we cannot go further to the ceiling of the roads, because that area that you mentioned has to do with the bitumen and then the asphalted material. That one comes from our regional directors. So we've written to them, not only that area, it goes beyond that area to Aviation Road. Aviation Road, we have similar problems. We've written to them, we are waiting. I'm doing every necessary chase up to ensure that we get the best for Madina to live on.
Your member of parliament had a cat and mouse game with the police because he went to join a demonstration, Francis Xavier Soso.
Yes.
Robert has sent a message and he said, "Oh, MCE, you mentioned Ghana flag and you forgot to mention Danfa because of our road. That road from the top of the mountain, I think is Ayimensa, not Ayimensa, that road that he went to demonstrate on."
Yes, the Danfa road, Ayimensa to Danfa to Otinibi.
To Otinibi.
That's the road, yeah.
It is still the same.
Yes.
You're in government now.
Yes.
I did not hear that road mentioned in the big push. Was it mentioned?
It's a SPATS.
So
it's a SPATS.
What's the status of that?
Currently, we are only waiting for the compilation of the project directors at the regional level and then the urban roads. We are working hand in hand with them to ensure that that particular road itself, because it has been a bone of contention, like you're saying. Therefore, it will be a very good record or a very good remarks for myself and the MP to get it done. That is the reason why the combination of the two, that's Fryla and Sosu, really works for the success of Madina.
So you will fix that road?
We will fix that road. I can assure you.
Before when?
That road wouldn't be more than 3 months from now, as we speak.
Hey, that's a serious promise. So you don't have money.
Yes, I'm coming.
You cannot be fixing it.
where I'm coming from,
told you that he has given money, or Atofosin told you that they have.
Thank you very much.
But if you promise that in 3 months, we'll come back in 3 months and check.
Yes, you should come and check it. I'm just giving you a word of that, because I've also engaged further directors at the highways, and then we'll discuss that road, especially where we have the sitting member of parliament for being passionate with his community. He joined a demonstration to get the road fixed. Now that we are in government, we don't have any excuse than to deliver to the good people of Madina, Danfa, Aimensa, Kweman, and Utebi, and higher courts. Those are the particular communities living on that stretch. And believe me, you will come and testify that modification of the road. I'm
part of a group known as the Media Coalition Against Open Defecation. There was a time we came to Madina to inspect some of your basic schools, and we realized that a number of them don't have sanitation. So they don't have toilet facilities in school. Those who have don't have water. It's difficult for the girls who need to go and change and all of those things. What is your administration's focus in dealing with this matter, sanitation?
Recently, I think less than a week ago, we had a meeting. That's last week, Wednesday, myself and the management of the assembly regarding that particular issue. One has to do with water, like you said. So we are trying to find a way of giving them a borehole, which we were lucky to have it in our DACF guidelines. So we are given some boreholes. In fact, we are going to sink some of the boreholes in particular public schools. Government schools. So when we do that, we'll be able to get those particular problems resolved. Two has to do with the refuse dump in all public schools. It is one of the challenging areas that we always face. Myself and the Health and Environmental Department of the Assembly have engaged very, very extensively to get some of our registered collectors of the refuse to register with the schools. We will do the paying, but they should register with the schools so as to be able to give them a daily collection of their refuse. And that is what we are working towards.
You have said that you will try and clear the people who park at Zongo Junction.
Yeah.
Now, what I've noticed with a lot of city guards is that they will leave truck people to park at unauthorized places and be loading passengers. And yet, when a car parks at a bus stop, they have this oven that looks like a trotro with your guys inside with a clamping machine, and they come and clamp people's vehicles. Is this authorized by the assembly? And if it is, the money that they collect from people, does it get to the assembly? Because it's a revenue generative mechanism, but it's also a nuisance sometimes when they don't deal with the right people and let people go. How do you deal with that as an assembly?
Thank you very much, Mr. Omaro. With the loading of passengers around the shoulders of the road, yes, we have two serious issues in Madina, especially within the central business district. One has to do with the relocation of the trotro drivers. You know, initially there is a station that's, in fact, we all grown to see that station as a station. It's a community center that we are all using. It's a place that religious leaders, religious organizations also come there to have their programs being executed. By the point in time, we're being told one person, pays own interest, decided to take that place as their own property.
Who is this person?
It's one of the people that we have in Madina. In fact, it is the Community Baptist School at Madina Zongo Junction. So you remember in 2012-2013, there is an incident of even people being killed on that particular land, just because they all believe and knows that particular land is a reserve for the community purposes. Why on earth will one man go and say that land belongs to him? So, like what I initially
so you don't have so you lost your station. That's what you're saying.
We've lost that station, but we are taking it back because the land belongs to the public.
You are sure? If you go to Lands Commission, they don't have.
The Lands Commission gave them a document for a lease, which we written to the Lands Commission. I just gave them the letter just last week. In fact, tomorrow there is a lot that is happening in Madina.
So you will take back the place.
We will take back the place
into a station.
For not station per se, but it's for the community purposes.
Okay. What about the clamping of the vehicles?
The clamping of it is true, but currently there's no clamping of the vehicles. But I believe we have to instill that discipline back with a caution that we are going to ensure no any trotro or no any taxi load by the roadside, because it is killing our people. Umaru, can you imagine within 10 years ago to date, we lost almost about 53 lives just within the Zongo Junction. How can we continue
for
on
road
that?
accidents?
Yes, for road accidents. Most of them are loading by the roadside. Others are passengers trying to find their way to join the cars. I mean, it is so appalling.
Yesterday, I received a call, and the newsroom indeed received a call too, that there was a fire outbreak in your area. And this is one of many. Repeatedly, we hear of fire outbreaks.
Yeah.
Because you have these kiosks that people live in along the main road. And then you also have, and yesterday's own is peculiar because it happened right in front of the fire service. Do you know what the cause of fire was?
Currently, officially, I'll say no.
Okay.
Excuse me. Okay. Officially, I'll say no. But per all indications, as at yesterday, and of what has happened on the ground, Omoro, it is a human. Should I say human decision? No, it is a clandestine plan for one person to be doing that.
Who is this one person? And what's the person doing?
The person, for now, I would like to reserve the name for the purpose of, broadcasting, because he's not here to answer for himself.
Okay.
But if he's here, I would have mentioned his name.
But what did the person do?
I mean, it is a deliberate attempt to be putting fire in there. You remember the down there, the one from Ridge.
So that's arson. That's criminal.
That's an arson, yeah.
No, that's criminal.
Yes.
You should mention the name of the person who is engaged in arson.
Just not up to 2 months ago, another one happened over there.
Yes.
Just within the space of 3 months, 3 fire incidents at that same particular spot.
And someone is behind it.
Someone is behind it.
How would the person benefit from the fire?
What happened was that that's why I'm trying to take you back to the Ridge Junction.
Okay, go ahead.
The Ridge Junction also happens on the same verge of fire. When that thing continue, the person has a way of doing with the lands commission and whatever, just to clear the people and then take possession of the land, because that land is for government. It is with an executive instrument. I think 1979. Yes. So we are also treading around that EI to ensure that what the person wants is not what we the assembly will give him, because we will not give that land to a particular individual for a selfish interest. No.
So the person commits arson, sets fire to their place, and then takes over the land. That's
takes over. Yes, that's
what modus operandi.
Yes,
that's and this person. You are the chairman of MUSEC, Municipal Security Council.
Yeah.
You should have ordered the person's arrest.
Yes, we ordered for the first one, but at that time, I wasn't the municipal chief executive.
Okay.
That was before May 5th that was confirmed.
Okay.
So I came and met the report. So I'm now even calling for the official report from the Ghana Fire Service.
And you suspect that what happened yesterday, that person has a hand in it?
It is the same person. There's no two ways about it.
So would you now...
The fire service themselves, the people over there were just... shouted about it. Why won't there be an old say, there are brothers over there that they claim money from the occupants. And the same person is also a beneficiary to the same brothers.
Okay, so everybody in the area knows who is behind this.
Exactly.
You also know who is behind this.
Exactly.
When is this person going to be arrested?
I'm waiting for this final official reports. If it happens the same person's name, Umaru, believe me, I'm ready to ride the bull by the horn. I'll cause the arrest of the person. Wherever we will go to serve the interest of Madina. Madina wasn't like this.
But you mentioned the name of this person.
For now, I'll hold my beef on that name.
Okay.
Yes.
The person that you talk about is the person responsible for any buildings that are unauthorized in this area?
It is. Umaru, it seems you also have your men on the ground, so you are being fed with more information. Umaru, what is happening in Madina, to some extent, it is so abusive of a certain power that the person thinks he has. But I can bet you, this time around, under the current leadership of this particular assembly, the person will not get it.
When should we give you, up to what time should we give you for action?
I'm expecting the report, I think, by next week.
Okay.
So you can even give me less than a month or a month. You will see actions. And I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will support my bid, because my interest is Madina first. We were born Madina, lived Madina, married Madina, eat Madina. We should leave a certain legacy for the next generation to be able to speak good about us.
Okay.
Not to come and then to enrich ourselves. What will it benefit a man to get the whole world and loses your soul?
Okay, is Redco Flats under your municipality?
It is.
Okay, there's a message from James for you. Yeah. He says, Sanda, the northern part of Redco Flats has become a den for robbers, prostitutes, etc. In fact, a very dangerous area. I mean Redco and its environs. Yeah. And a hub for drug addicts and peddlers. Yeah. Can the mayor react to this?
I mean, I don't begrudge with his comment or message at all. I share the same sentiment with him. I was there, so I know what is happening. Omaru, you'll be surprised to see what is happening yesterday when the fire is being erased that place.
What was happening?
To see the number of people that come in from the borders.
So there are brothels there. There
are brothels there.
But if you know, and having...
you see, the person wanted to take an advantage initially in my absence or before my confirmation. So they wrote a letter for the assembly to come and clear that area for them. And you don't own that land. Why will I give you that permission to own that land forcefully?
So your place there is hub for, according to the person, prostitutes, drug addicts, and other persons.
Yes, he's right. He's right.
So what will you do about that?
That's what I'm saying. Where currently has been erased by the fire, we've declared that place as a security zone.
Okay.
Therefore, we will not allow any structure for now on that particular field. We are going to ensure that that place will be given a very best facelift to a very good standard of Madina. What requires to the people of Madina is what we are going to put in there.
Mayor, in the next 4 years, you would be in charge unless the president decides to remove you.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best, but what would be one thing before you go, one thing that you would at least have fixed in Madina by the end of the first 4 years?
One, that is to ensure that all properties that belong to the good people of Madina and the municipal assembly will be reversed back to Madina.
So that's the campaign you are going to win?
Yes, I'm going to win it. I will not relent on that. I mean, some of them, there are 3 businessmen. One is a woman, 2 men. But I'm telling you, just yesterday, the guys over there were telling me, some of them for, famous that we are, they knew us. So they call, Alaji, Osi Ukraine Kun. Now, blocky ni chances too much into Ukra Osi, Yegawa issue too. So places say, no, Oba, yes, Bomu Baikakra. I'm the type. I don't believe in security, but I think from yesterday, my advice has been drawn to it, because the information keep happening, keep occurring, and yesterday I confirmed it. I'll take a legal action on it, but for now, I'm only sending a word of advice and a caution to them. They should remember, those who live by the sword, die by the sword. Just like what lawyer Chikata said, that they sow the wind, and they shall reap. No, they sow the wind and they shall reap the wind. I'm ready to ensure that all properties belonging to the good people of Madina will be reversed back to Madina, so that the good people of Madina will decide otherwise of using those lands, but not to allow any individual interest to take it upon himself.
Alhaji Ibrahim Fuseini, Municipal Chief Executive La Nkwantanang-Madina. Thank you for joining us on Prime.
Thank you very much, and my greetings to my